welcome to Kai Chi Alchemy. I am going live probably for the second time, I think, since we've gained this capability. So feel free to let me know anything that you can or would like about the audio, the lighting, and all of that sort of stuff. I wanted to thank everybody again. Thank you so much for everything that you've done to allow this to even be a function that is possible on this channel. That's really cool. I had originally planned to do a reading a couple of days ago, and I had a new deck that was supposed to come in and arrive at the house, and the delivery said the first day that they couldn't find me, which I've never had that issue before. We don't have a gate, like I don't know what that was about at all. And then the next day I looked and it said that my package had been delivered, but it wasn't in front of my door like it normally would be. So I had to go on a little bit of a journey to figure out what had happened to it, and it did end up in the leasing office, and I was able to figure all that out. But that's kind of why I had been putting off this video, because I had a plan and it was not going to plan. So I feel like there may be some message in there about having like a detour, if that makes any sense. Having something happen in your life where you would have never expected it to go down the way that it did, and you would have never chosen it necessarily, but when it happens like that, it puts you in a place, like the right place, the right time, for circumstances that you wouldn't have been in, wouldn't have known to put yourself in otherwise, but maybe it's actually the best thing for you, kind of thing. The deck that I was waiting for is the Floral Tarot. It's in this very beautiful, nice big box here. I didn't pick it up from somebody else. It was just totally inspiration from spirit, and I didn't really get it at first, but we're in spring right now. You know, April showers bring May flowers. So maybe there's something going on in your life right now where it's a little all over the place, it's a little confusing, it's sad, or it's dark, or it's fearful, or it's challenging in some way. But you're being asked right now to think of all the times when circumstances played out a certain way that you would have never asked for, that you weren't happy about in the moment, and then seeing how that actually brought you exactly where you need to be, exactly when you need to be there, and it worked out better than it would have if you had been in control of everything consciously. And so having those experiences can really help us to maintain that patience and that faith and that perspective that it could be just a few days, a few weeks, a little bit of time, and everything will click into perspective in a way that it never did before, and it'll make sense in a way that it never did before. So that's really what I got for the collective. 1, 2, 3, 4 was also coming through as well. I think I might pull a couple of cards from this index card back here and just see if anything wants to come out before I start pulling from the actual tarot. Freya, Folly, Michael, Mary, please be here with me now. Please allow me to channel for the collective a message in alignment with their greatest and highest good, balanced with that of the collective at large. Thank you for your blessings. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your protection. Thank you for your insight. Thank you for your discernment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is there anything that kind of flipped over? It flipped over all crazy, but it ended up back where it was supposed to be. And it says petal, if you were curious. Resonance, we get at least one more for the collective tuning in here today? Please and thank you, Spirit. Whoa. Okay, rabbit, petal, resonance, rabbit. My Little Pony, olive. Olive is giving me like olive branch. Also like the dove with the olive branch. It's giving like forgiveness and those types of traditions and churches and things. And My Little Pony got kind of like a little inner child thing. Also Year of the Horse. And just like a sweetness and it's giving like vulnerability, innocence. We have the floral deck right here, right? So it's giving very feminine energy. I don't use that so much as like male, female, but more mother, baby, and community elder. And so this is a lot about yourself. The left side of your body may be significant. You may be having some sort of like physical symptoms there recently. But there's this forgiveness, this healing, this kind of like redemption energy around this feminine energy, this vulnerability, this sweetness, this, excuse me. Yeah. Clock came out also, I just saw that. So there's some element of time here, right? If you wait, everything will click into a different perspective. Yeah. And when I got petal, rabbit, or petal, resonance, and rabbit, I was very much picking up on this like romantic energy. That's kind of a hard one for me to tap into sometimes because it's like not quite as familiar. And so I was like kind of resistant to it at first. But I'm realizing that's definitely what it is here. It's this femininity, it's this romance, it's this, I'm getting like rose-colored glasses almost, but not. This is about like seeing things not through rose-colored glasses, not through rabbit, like through the eyes of lust. That could be sexual or romantic or not, but just that lust energy. And instead of being driven by your base urges in that way, being committed to this resonance, to connecting with people, places, and things that are actually aligned with this sweetness, with this vulnerability, with this romantic energy that maybe you carry within you, maybe you're trying to cultivate within you. Maybe this is related to somebody outside of yourself, perhaps. We also have Angel on the bottom of the deck. So you've got something, somebody looking after you right now. And then we also, in addition to the 1, 2, 3, 4 that was coming through for y'all, I also see a 555 and a 666. 555 can be about freedom and change. It can be about kind of like breaking out of institutions and structures and expectations. It can have to do with friction and disagreement. So that may have been something that you dealt with in the recent past or you currently are dealing with as like breaking free from structures and systems that lack resonance, that are trying to maybe operate with you and play off of your more base desires, that are keeping you away from this like inner child and like spiritual energy. And then 666 is giving kind of the Lover's card and making a choice and making a decision to be intentional and conscious about the kinds of environments that you're co-creating, that you're choosing for yourself, etc. So I am going to open this. Oh my god, I should show you, right? Do a little unboxing. This opens up like a book. It's so sturdy. It's gonna last me forever. I love decks like this. It's gonna be so easy to keep it all organized and stuff. And then it looks like we got a guidebook. This nice big print. Like, that feels so nice in my hands. In the box it says, let nature's beauty guide you. towards the answers you seek. And then I've got this back here. I'm going to set aside that guidebook. Definitely want to be reading from it today a little bit as we're getting to know the energy of this floral deck. Kind of having a little bit of a headache coming on right now. Definitely need to eat something. And so this will be a short, quick check-in here. I'm definitely getting, for the collective, through myself in this moment, like there's a huge push, a huge focus that can and should be put right now on this coming into this Taurian energy, this Taurus season. So, you know, like taking care of your body, listening to your body, resting, feeding yourself, nourishing yourself, healing, like, you know, taking baths and going on walks without your phone and eating things that make you feel good and wearing things that feel good on your skin and buying things that you really find value in, not just for like the dopamine of purchasing something, but that you would work really hard for if it wasn't, you know, if money wasn't a part of it at all. I wasn't originally planning on doing this reading today. I would have slept in. I wasn't feeling very well. So it is important to take care of yourself, but also sometimes when we're put in situations where there's pressure and we are not going so slow because of the pressure that's been put on us, it just is what it is. Just got a big pop in my thoracic there. 1 second. That's right. So I got up and I got ready for work. I didn't even check my schedule and stuff. I realized I had an appointment today. I had requested the day off, but I was like so in the zone. And when I realized that I was off work today, I ended up feeling like I have all of this time and freedom and space, and I can go anywhere and do anything and accomplish these things that I wouldn't have gotten into otherwise. Because otherwise I would have just been in bed still if I had remembered. So sometimes we need to be under the wrong impression to put us in the right place at the right time, and we can think that's frustrating and annoying and a problem and difficulty, but actually a lot of times we just can't see it yet. We just can't see it yet. I'm going to have you take a hand on your heart, a hand on your belly, take a deep breath in, holding at the top, exhaling. Can I get a quick past, present, and future at the base of this reading for my collective today? Justice. All of these cards are related to a flower that has additional layers of symbolism to it, but on the cards, it doesn't actually say the name of the flower. Like, you have to look up the card in the guidebook in order to even say it by its own name, to even recognize its own name. Yeah, there's again something here about like not a straight path. It doesn't seem efficient, it doesn't seem right, it doesn't seem best, but it is. 2 of Swords, 4 of Swords, 7 of Cups. Okay, so justice. There was a recent rebalancing in your life of some sort. We can get into some details about that shortly. There may be some sort of like Libra energy here as far as like a character that you've been dealing with, placements in your own chart, but it also may just be themes on relationships in general, kind of one-to-one relationships. There was some imbalance that was adjusted. There's a lot of red here, a lot of yellow, a lot of green. So like root chakra, solar plexus, heart. There was something here that like really affected your stability, your sense of confidence, your ability to remain open-hearted. And so as you saw that, showing itself, you either took some action or the universe took some action to create this rebalancing. Right now in this current moment, we have the Two of Swords and the Four of Swords. So the Two of Swords is a gridlock, like at a crossroads, making a decision. Possibly you may do some work with Hecate, the goddess of the crossroads. Take what resonates for you and leave the rest. So Two of Swords, meeting with Four of Swords. Four of Swords is a card of rest, renewal, rejuvenation, recovery, and he's kind of like laying back in almost like a coffin. So you may be in kind of a reflective, hermitage kind of moment right now. It's very heady energy. Like in the recent past, there was a lot of air energy from the Justice card. In the present position, there are two air cards. But also there's something here about Two of Swords, Four of Swords, like a doubling, like a progression, like a stable, steady progression. Like there is progress being made at this crossroads. You are doing this reflection on this choice at this moment. Maybe a choice that you've made recently, or maybe a choice that you're considering that's coming up in your future, right? But all this air energy, as it wraps up, you're going to be moving more into the Seven of Cups in the near future. It's really funny, I put this card down, the Seven of Cups, on top of the Rabbit card, the card that said Rabbit from the index deck. And then look at this. Those are little bunny rabbits, right? In the tulips. I didn't have to look this one up in the book just because I know what tulips look like. Shout out Michael Pollan and the Botany of Desire. May be relevant for you, or if you're just looking for a good book to get into. I think that y'all would all really enjoy that one, and if you're a reader. But the Seven of Cups, Rabbit, Resonance, Seven of Cups is options. It can be like illusion, it can be fantasy, it can be too many options, but I am also seeing it, I'm seeing it in the negative and the positive, if that makes any sense. It's like you are gonna have more and more and more options in this kind of like emotional fulfillment world. And I'm really getting relationships, and it's got pink, it's got green, it's got rabbits, it's like sexual romantic energy. It doesn't have to be necessarily, but if it's friends or family involved in the situation, it's got a lot of like oomph and life force to it. Maybe it is about children, Maybe you are going to have 7 children in the near future or something. But really what I'm getting from this is as your options start opening up and as you move out of this overly cerebral mental energy into a more grounded emotional energy, you're going to understand what actually has value for you. The story of tulips is all about value and the subjective nature of value. And so I'm getting that kind of with the relationships part too, is value is relative. Everybody is a good person. Everybody deserves love, but we all have different places that we need to be that are going to bring us the challenges, the lessons, the blessings, the experiences, the opportunities that are best suited for you. so that you can be the best self that you can and like bring as much of yourself to the floor as you can so that we can all work together and improve the situation for everybody. So it's very relational. Take it, whatever nature of relationship you're feeling here for you personally. But you're about to drop more into your heart, which again, doing all of this Taurian stuff is going to be very helpful for, to help you ground and be able to tap into when things feel like a full F yes in your body, which may or may not be where you've been operating from in the past. May have been hyper rational, and that's not a problem, but is what it is. I got Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck. I actually, before I pull any more cards and clarifiers, I'm going to pull the guidebook because it feels pertinent. So we have Justice, page 35. Maybe I'll get a moderator out there one day. My apologies. Excuse me. Okay, so this card right here is the Black-Eyed Susan. I have a feeling. Justice, Black-Eyed Susan, balance, equality, fairness, honor, moderation. The Black-Eyed Susan as Justice is a rational and measured decision maker with a strong sense of right and wrong, flanked by dual pillars representing balance and a banner evoking a courtroom. She is ready to calmly deliver justice with her sword of knowledge. This card calls you to take responsibility for your actions, but know that you will be treated fairly and without contempt. Although it may point to legal proceedings, justice can also appear when you are approaching a pivotal decision in life. Like justice, you must listen to both your heart and your head and find measured and rational equilibrium between the two. It is often a good omen that a decision will go your way as long as the scales have been balanced, right? There may be something here legally. Maybe there was a legal decision made on this person that you've been dealing with that created clarity. Maybe it's just a moment of truth. Maybe it's spiritual justice. Take what resonates, leave the rest. But that's very interesting that this card talks a lot about listening to your heart and your head in equal measure. So it's like you sunk into this vulnerability energy a little bit, and because that attracted the wrong energies towards you, you had to, or you felt that you had to get overly in your head, overly rational, overly masculine in order to overcorrect and protect this vulnerable side of yourself. And so that's not balanced and that's not sustainable. Justice, we want the balance. To not fall fully into the feminine or the masculine energy, but to remain in this balanced flow from the beginning is going to allow your results to be better, faster, stronger. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so let's see. 2 of Swords, 4 of Swords. Where is this sword suit here? Cool. I think that the suits are all one flower theme. So the cups are tulips, right? We were just looking at that. The wands are, I don't know what that orange flower is. gladioli. Ah. The coins are buttercups. And in this deck, the swords are lupines, which I'm pretty sure, isn't that just a bluebonnet? It's at least very related to a bluebonnet. Look at this. Right? Okay. So with Two of Swords, it says decisions, uncertainty, stalemate. The Two of Swords presents itself when you are facing a stressful decision. You are trying to choose between two options, each with their own merits and challenges, and have reached an impasse. It may be that your indecision stems from missing information. Although you can see part of the situation, the edges are obscured and you do not feel confident. Is there anyone in your life that you could approach for advice? Yeah, so maybe you are in a position of confusion or, lack of clarity, and you would do well to seek higher guidance, to seek higher counsel at this time. Four of Swords, rest, recuperation, stillness. The Four of Swords is calling you to take a break. You have reached a milestone following a stressful period, and it is necessary for you to rest and recuperate in order to proceed to the next phase. Do whatever you know will recharge your batteries, whether that's staying in bed, resting with loved ones, or spending time in nature. Just be sure to take it at a slow pace. Right, okay, so you had enough clarity that came through to make some sort of decision and judgment. The justice moment happened, the rebalancing occurred. Now you are in this position where you have a couple of options, but you're still unclear about, you still are missing the full picture, you're still missing some piece of information, and you're not sure what it is or where it is or what to do about that. And so really the advice right now is you're being asked to, as you're sitting in this energy of gridlock and indecision and kind of being in the dark about something, take full advantage of it when you can. When things are up in the air, rest now, feed into yourself now, prepare for whatever's coming, for when that clarity does come, and move in that way, and move in that with that patience, and move in that faith, so that when things do come together for you, they come to meet you where you're already expecting them. So you'll be prepared, you'll be grounded, you'll be able to receive it, you'll be, ready when it comes. And maybe something hasn't come to you, a piece of information, a piece of knowledge, a legal ruling, maybe something hasn't come together for you because you're not supposed to know all of the details about it. And if you did know all the details about it right now, prior to this rest and recuperation and getting yourself prepared and getting yourself grounded, you would not be capable of receiving the thing that's coming towards you, if that makes sense. So this energy could have to do with a child, it could have to do with a work project or a community, love and connection. And tulips, let's see, the suits all have a little bit to say about the flower that they're represented by. So cups, tulips, this card, or the cards in the suit of cups, are connected to love, feelings, and relationships. They correspond to the water element and remind us that, like the tides, our emotions ebb and flow, run deep and shallow, and can offer smooth sailing or challenging conditions. They are represented here by pink tulips. Like roses, tulips symbolize love. While red tulips are exclusively seen as romantic, pink tulips encompass many kinds of feelings and relationships, from familial love and friendships to joyful crushes and deep yearnings. Their shape perfectly echoes the cups of the tarot, making this a harmonious pairing. Yeah, that's funny. I didn't notice that exactly, but they are. I never really liked the shapes of tulips. I didn't think they were pretty, but it's because of that. It's because like you can't see inside of them. But that's what makes them like cups. Sometimes it's hard to see inside of the cups, right? Because it's protecting what's inside. That's really funny though. I'm gonna go grab something, 1 second. Because I was out and about, I ended up picking these up and I was not planning on it initially. But I just had to. They were calling to me. And I thought that was so funny because we had the tulip suit, the cups coming through. Yeah, all about springtime and love and relationships. You had a very clarifying experience in the recent past, and it's time to really like sit and enjoy and smell the flowers while you are waiting for the rest of the information. Because you got a little bit, you did what you could with it, and right now there's really not much you can do with it except for prepare for whatever this beautiful abundance of resonant, aligned options is, whatever this energy, this life force energy, this love or romance that is coming into your life here. Oh man, I was gonna say that we're gonna leave it there. Even though I had initially talked about pulling clarifiers. Because it's not time for the next information yet. You have everything you need. All you need is to open your mind to the abundance of possibilities ahead of you and clear your head to understand what is in resonance and what is not, and what is, being driven by these base desires into the, devil's clutches, into the wrong direction. So maybe you had a plan, but you kind of have to go with the flow when you get there. Listen to your intuition. Like maybe you had a plan or an idea, and then you're feeling like you're not living up to it. You're not like, stepping into what you planned or expected. But there's something to that. Trust the process. Trust the process. Smell the flowers. Love, light, peace, and personal responsibility. I hope you have a beautiful day. I'll see y'all next time. 33:33 on the clock. And yeah, I love you so much.